Town meeting. It is now 7:05, and I want to know, is there a motion to open up the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, this meeting is in order. Okay, our first order of business is to pledge allegiance to the flag and a moment of silence. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And let's have a moment of silence, not only for the sick and the shut in, but also for the blessings that we all have in our lives. And let's take a moment to do both those things, caring for those who need help and also being appreciative of all that we have. Thank you. Okay, so we have a wonderful guest this evening. For any of you that may not know, the executive director of the Anacostia Trails Heritage Area is going to be giving us an update on what's going on in the Anacostia Trails area. Thanks. This is Aaron Markovich.
Aaron Markovich, that's right. Yeah. Good to see everybody. I love these red jackets. This is fantastic. That's very cool. I come every year and just give an update to what we've been doing over the past year. Of course, many of you know what we've been doing over the last year. War of 1812, big time all the way through. But we do try to come around budget time so that folks know what you're getting whenever you have your annual dues. I also come just in case you have any questions about what's been happening in the organization and as a little check-in. So as I mentioned, War of 1812 from the state angle is done. Of course, Battle of Bladensburg is not something that we're going to give up by any stretch, so that continues to be something that we have on our books as a driving tour. We are going to continue to hold the Bostwick program over at Bostwick, the festival. That's going to be on May 2nd from 10 to 4. In the previous years, we've held it on a Sunday, but we were conflicting with a lot of things, not only church and Sunday activities and all that, but also the Riverdale Park Arts Festival. So we're moving it to Saturday, 10 to 4. We've already secured our blacksmith, our swordsman, our flintlock demonstration, and we're working on some farm animals, but we're taking it this year and growing it beyond 1814 and including groups that are interested in just sort of telling about the area. So if the community is interested in having some sort of table there, we would welcome you, or just sending information, things that we can hand out, we can also do that. So we will continue to do that. The reenactment will continue at Riversdale. Ed Day brought the Riversdale reenactment essentially down from Riverdale Park and had it at Bladensburg. It's going to return there because the reenactors like that space a little bit better. But what we're working on is there's a new director at Waterfront Park, and we're looking at trying to find something that will connect the two. Bringing people from one end to the other. I don't know if it'll happen this year, but certainly in coming years, we want to continue to keep some of that legacy of the War of 1812 commemoration and keep people coming back down here and doing the walking tours and all that. So we continue to work on that. But the biggest thing that's been happening for us is, of course, the pivot from War of 1812 into our next big project, and that's bicycle tourism. Bicycle tourism is where we are putting a lot of eggs because of the new extension into DC. That is slated to open sometime next year. I would put a little bit more thought into the end of next year, likely being spring of 17 for a big opening. That's what we are sort of leaning towards, although there's been some scuttlebutt that it's a little ahead of schedule, so we'll keep people abreast of that. That is the bridge that goes underneath the Amtrak and Route 50 bridges. And they just had a very big program that capped Cherry Blossom Festival at Anacostia Park. So we're having a conversation with Anacostia Watershed Society to have essentially a trail-long festival. Different activities along the entire length of the trail and capping here at Waterfront Park and having things on both sides of the river all up and down. So we're working on that right now. We're working on wayfinding and connections. We know that one issue that you've brought up in the past is the access onto the trail system out of Colmar Manor down at the bottom. That is still on our priority list. We've been made sure to bring it to the attention of council members. We have the support of all the council members on this bicycle tourism program from the county, and we continue to push for that. Other thing I wanted to mention is that our mini grants are now open. So for anybody that may be interested in the community, if you've got a program that is history, art, or nature related, again, usually nonprofits, not individuals or governmental agencies. These are grants that are up to $2,000 and are a matching grant. That program's just open and it will be open until May 14th. We look forward to continuing to work with the towns on Port Towns Day and being part of that. So we've had a great deal of support for that. So we continue, we're back to essentially who we're supposed to be now that the 1812 has gone back to its regular size. But we recognize that the War of 1812 was a big boost for the visibility of these communities and for our organization. And I do want to make sure I say thank you to the communities and for your participation and support during all of it.
Well,
Okay.
thank you.
I'll tell you, if you got any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Good.
No?
Great.
All right.
I'm on to Edmonston then.
Thank you so much.
Right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, our next order of business is approval of the minutes from March 3rd and March 10th. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I motion to approve the March 3rd and the March 10th minutes.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Ward 1, absent. Ward 2,
Aye.
Ward 3,
Aye.
Ward 4,
Aye.
and the mayor votes aye. I'll take this opportunity now to actually ask, Councilmember Blue is unable to attend because she was sick, and I want to ask if there's a motion to excuse her from the meeting.
I'll make that motion to excuse Councilmember Blue.
Is it a second?
I'll second it.
Ward 1, absent. Ward 2,
Aye.
Ward 3,
Aye.
Ward 4,
Aye.
and the mayor votes aye. Okay, next thing is mayor's report. Well, there's been quite a bit of things happening. I will say that I did attend the ATHA Governance Board meeting. ATHA operates with representation from municipal governments as their governance board, and then they have a management board that handles the details. And so I've rejoined that group. I used to be on that board before, but now I'm on it again as the Colmar Manor representative. And the main conversation has been, as Aaron said, around the bike trails and really beefing up an opportunity for people to get on the trails on a regular basis. I want to give you my really, really big exciting news is that the Old Police Department has now been leased by a holistic wellness group, a nonprofit that serves low to moderate income communities. And they're looking to probably have a big opening right in the middle of May. And we're so happy to have the building leased again. They're very happy to be there. And it's wonderful to have something like that in our communities. We are also working to bring social services back. They're going to have a room in the building for social services. So this is all very exciting news as we start to move forward. We also received our Health Partnership grant. We were granted $15,000 from the Health Partnership in order to assist us with our community gardens. And that would be gardens in Bladensburg, garden in Edmonston, Colmar Manor, and Cottage City, as well as cooking classes to help teach people how to actually cook the food that they garden with. So we have been awarded that. We've been waiting for it for a while. I want to say again that we are on Facebook, and we are on we also have a YouTube video a channel so that you can keep up with what's going on. We had Be Friendly was one of our green team activities over the last month, and that was really very cool. Soon we'll have video up on that one, as well as the video that's already out there on composting. The composting bins are still here. We still have some here, so if anybody wants them, they're $20, and they are basically over $60 worth in value. And so we really want to encourage everybody to do that. We also started the Happy Hour Friday on a third Friday of the month, which is an evening for just coming up here, relaxing with relaxing music, and just chilling out. And that's what we all need to do sometimes, is to just be close to home, but be able to come out and enjoy yourselves. A really exciting weekend was this weekend. There was a women's empowerment conference here in the facility with over 100 people coming to the event. It was well done. It was very informative. At the same time, the Port Townsend Youth Council was here getting started up to go down to the community garden and help work with the garden club and bringing the garden back up to speed and get ready this year. And so it was really exciting having so many people in the facility. Zumba was going on downstairs at about 10 o'clock. And so it was a very high energy day with a lot of wonderful things happening that day. And I'm very, very excited about that. And lastly, I will tell you, this is something I haven't even had a chance to tell the council, because I just got a phone call from Senator Ramirez's office yesterday, that we have been awarded a $50,000 bond to help us in assisting in purchasing a building in town. And of course, if you didn't catch me, we wind up actually, the county executive was here to endorse Congressman Van Hollen as his choice candidate for the Senate seat that Barbara McCoskey is leaving. And I want to thank the staff. It was very quickly pulled together, and they did such a wonderful job in actually minimizing what could have been really a confusing situation. And I thank the chief very much that everything went really, really well. And I guess some people say I didn't do too bad on TV. That's it for me. Thank you. Okay, council reports, Award 2.
Oh, okay, on Thursday, July the 9th, we're going to have the Mama Band here. And it's free, for if you are 40 and over, and it's free if you meet the financial eligibility requirements. You can call 202-741-3252 if you would like to have a mammogram. And then on May the 9th, we're gonna have basketball for kids aged 2 to 12. And to register, you can register at www.basketball.net or either call 240-743-6040 or 202-255-1481. And then we have Zumba every Monday and Wednesday from 7:15, and on Saturday from 9:30. And the fee is $6 for a drop-in. And co-ed volleyball Tuesday from 6 to 7:45. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Ward 3.
Thank you and happy spring. On Sunday, I walked around to some of my residents and I passed out, we have a welcome package. I didn't reach all the homes, however, I will reach them before the month is over. So I passed out and I was very pleased to meet a lot of new residents or people that haven't been coming out and let them know what's going on in the town. So thank you, and I really enjoyed talking to you on Sunday. Also, let's see what's going on. We have a Dueling Creek Academy Leadership, and this is for young kids in grades 3 to 5 and 9 to 11. The deadline for the kids to register is May the 1st. This is a free and very informative nonprofit group that I think young kids should know about our dueling grounds. So if you need information, you can call the town hall, or we have a website called www.duelingcreek.org. Also, I wanted to let you know that there will be a free March giveaway at Prince George's Yard Waste and Composting Facility in Upper Marlboro on April the 25th. The time is from 8 to 1. I'm thinking if it's free, I think you should get there at 8. Just wanted to let you know that. And for my parents, WSSS has a scholarship program which is available for kids that want to pursue their career in engineer. The deadline is June the 1st. To the mayor and council, the next meeting for PGCMA is at the County Administrative Building, and the county exec is hosting it, so I hope that you all can join with me. That will be on Thursday, the 16th at 7 p.m. I want to say, this month is April, I want to say a happy birthday to Miss Carrie Bridge. Her birthday is coming up. Also Julianne Bethea birthday, and also my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Great people's birthdays in April. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Councilmember Jackson. Councilmember Epps?
Good evening. I also had the opportunity to walk around on Sunday and talk to my constituents. It was a very pleasant experience. I really appreciate the conversation, and thank you all, some of my constituents that came out today. And I want to say that everybody in your yard, please, this is spring, please get out, clean your yard, beautify your front yard, your backyard. Be considerate of your neighbors. You know, if someone needs help, please try to help them out. Check on your elders, check on the single people to make sure everybody's okay. If you haven't seen them in a while, knock on the door, just say hi to them. The Porttown CDC, we don't have any information on the next meeting. It's supposed to be in April, but I talked to one of the board members yesterday, the executive board member. She was saying that there was no date yet for that. So I will contact people that I know if we get a final date. And that's it. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I also wanted to mention, since you made a comment about people parking and consideration of parking, I just really want to remind everybody, you know, if you have more than one car, to put the car that you don't drive in your driveway and not on the street. Also to be considerate in terms of if you're having guests over for a party. I know the time of year, spring is coming up, people like to cook out and have their friends over. The most courteous thing is to ask them to park on Newark Road. There's almost always parking on Newark Road, so best let the people who live on the street have a parking space on the street and have your guests park on Newark Road. So just to keep the peace. Thank you on that. Okay, the next item is the report on the work session. I don't have my notes on that, so I can't do that right now, but I promise I will report on both next in the next meeting that we have. A treasurer's report. Okay, so Treasurer Baden wasn't able to make it here today, but I will go over the report with you. As of this time, I'm sorry about that, I forgot to. At this time, revenue, we have $1,253,576 that's come in. That's approximately 54% of our budgeted budget. We still have a significant amount in our property tax area and the red light camera that we anticipate that will come in before the year end, which will make up quite a bit of that balance. On the next page, we have general government. At this time, we're at $515,639 year to date, and that is approximately 73% of that budget. We would expect to be at 75 or less, so we're on target in that line item. On the next page, we have 3611 43rd Avenue. The total spent there is $6,910 year to date, which is 139% of that budget, and that's because we wound up staying in the building a couple of months longer than we anticipated. The difference is about $1,900. For this building, 3701 Lawrence Street, the total spent is $579,051, and that's at a run rate of 73.98%. Again, that's below the 75% expected amount. On the next page, for Public Works, we have spent $179,481, and that's at 69.57% of the total budget, so that's significantly lower than the expected amount. In the Recreation Department, we've spent $40,856. That's 32% of the budget, and again, below the budget expectation. Under Public Safety, we're spent $338,226, and that's 69% of that budget, so it's about 5% less than the cost. So it looks like we will come in on cost fine, and we'll just have to keep an eye on revenue to ensure that we can get as much revenue in as possible. Our total bank balance is $841,000.91. So I can ask the council if someone would like to accept the treasurer's report.
Oh, I'll accept the treasury report.
That's your motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Any questions? Okay, I'll call for a vote. Ward 1 absent.
Aye.
Ward 2?
Oh.
Ward 2, aye. Okay. Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. I didn't do the report. I basically only reported on it. So the second, okay, the next item is the police report.
Residential burglaries, one residential burglary, and in all three cases, that was actually the same three suspects, and all of them were apprehended. And in the one incident where the actual burglary occurred at, most of the property was recovered. We had one citizen robbery for the month, which was originally put at the beginning of the month as a second-degree assault, but later investigation revealed that it actually was a citizen robbery. So, and a small amount of U.S. currency was taken. So, there were some issues with the victim of the case. There were some language barriers and stuff like that. So, so detectives did some further investigation, but we had to reclassify it as a citizen robbery based on the circumstances. And we had one stolen auto for the month of March, and we had one call for vandalism. For the month of March, we had a total of 70 calls of service. We had 17 reports written for the month, and we had 4 vehicle impounds for the month. I do want to remind everybody, my coffee club is this Thursday, April 16th at 7 o'clock here at Town Hall. And also, I just want to remind you, the summertime's coming is also, over the weekend, I received some noise complaints again with parties in town. So please be respectful to your neighbors. Our noise ordinance says you're not supposed to have loud noise after 9 o'clock. But apparently there was quite a few parties this weekend, so I'm getting the complaints again of people playing the music at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So, and a couple of times our officers responded, and then later after that time was the county. So just try to be respectful with your neighbors, and if you are having a party, please let your neighbors know on your block that you are, so that people will be expected to hear some type of noise or parking issues and stuff like that. We got to try to tell everybody. And that's all I have, Mayor, for the month of March.
All right, thank you. Any questions from the council?
No, thank you, Chief.
I also wanted to mention on Saturday when we did have the women's conference here with over 100 women at the conference, or people at the conference, and then the youth council with about 40 of them up here, and Zumba. There was also a funeral next door, so they probably had about 100 people here. Chief, your staff did an excellent job of keeping everything organized and clear, and they had their space, we had our space. Sergeant Sims had set up spaces for the speakers and spaces for us so that we could move in and out, and so well done.
Thank you.
Please let them know.
I'll let them know that.
It was really, really well done. And then we had some situations that happened too, and we had to go around and try to deal with things because there was an accident over here at the church, and everything got handled, and I really do appreciate that kind of organization.
I'll let them know. Appreciate it.
And especially in your absence, they could handle it. They're handling it.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Unfinished business. Okay, so this is something that we talked about at the work session in terms of the town, again, establishing an Arbor Day. And Arbor Day, it would be a day when we would very deliberately try to keep people aware of the importance of trees and perhaps going out and planting some trees. And we wanted to do an ordinance in order to establish that, to be enacted. which would be the first Tuesday of April, beginning in 2016. And so, council members, I would like to know if we have a motion to adopt this ordinance to reestablish our Arbor Day.
I motion to adopt the ordinance 012015.
I second the motion.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, Ward 1 absent, Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye. I was happy.
4.
Aye.
Happily aye.
Very happy, aye.
Ward,
Oh, yeah.
and, I
Yeah.
said Ward 4, aye, okay, and the mayor votes aye. And yes, I am very excited about all of the things that we're doing in order to improve our behavior and our relationship with the environment, because a healthy environment helps make healthy people. So we're glad to get that going again. All right, new business. I'm sorry to put this on you guys at the last minute. However, I got a phone call from William Wirt, PTSA, about asking for a contribution towards the creative arts program that they have at William Wirt on, what's the date on here, June 5th. And they were looking for some kind of a donation. The call came from Lisa Robinson Walter. She sent over what is in your package. I did explain to Ms. Walters that it would be better to ask for these requests a year ahead, and explain that we set up our budgets around about this time of year, and so we would be limited in what we would be able to provide this time around, but I would bring it to the council. And if you guys would like to make a recommendation, this is something that would either come out of our mayor and council budget or special projects budget. I would recommend, because of the situation in the steel, so because our students do go to William Wirt Middle School, and this is a good program, but I would just say maybe we should do $50 this time around, as that would just be my recommendation. But anybody can make a motion on any amount, and then we can see where that goes from there.
I make a motion to give Windward Middle School $250.
Okay? Is there a
Because-
second?
And the reason why that motion.
Well, let me get a second
Go
first.
ahead.
Oh, I second it.
Okay, now go ahead. Discussion?
The reason why I made that motion, because like you said, most of our kids in the area attend Windward Middle School.
Okay.
And I think they need to show that we also believe in them, we support them. And we definitely can probably take this out of the mayor and council budget if it is available.
Okay, now looking at the budget, and let me see with the special. The challenge on that, is part of discussion, is that there's only $500 left in the mayor and council budget at this time, and we still have 3 months in the year.
So how
There
about-
is maybe the Port Towns project budget could,
Which one, Mayor? I'm sorry.
Port Towns project is 5,100.
Okay. You have it.
The special events budget might, but we've got an event this week that's going to take up a lot of that. And I don't know, Councilmember Jackson, if you already know what the cost of the event is this Friday?
Not roughly, I don't think it's going to take
That much?
I'm not sure, I don't want to say it's one.
Well, we'll go with the Port Town project line
Okay.
item as the line item for this, for right now, and if we need more in that area, then we'll
Okay.
deal with that then. Okay, and so that's a part of your motion, that from that
Yes,
line
to
item,
take the funds from-
$250.
Yes, 250.
Okay, so I'll call for a vote. Ward 1, absent. Ward 2,
Aye.
Ward 3,
Aye.
Ward 4,
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. Okay, $250. Thank you so much. Okay, the next item is simply an item to inform. This was a part of our conversation in our work session, as well as something brought to our attention by a resident about pesticide ordinances and the pesticides that actually impact our bees in the community that then impact our food growth in the community. So Mr. Barr, our town attorney, is working on the legislation, utilizing some of the samples that he has and talking to some other municipalities that have already enacted this legislation. So I wanted to just put it out there that we are coming forth with that. We're just not ready yet, so this will probably be on our work session for discussion and a vote in the May meeting. The next item, the Maryland Black Mayors Association Gala, is something that the Black mayors hold every year as a scholarship gala to fund at least, I think, 10 kids, $2,000 a piece or something like that, and that money comes from the gala. I understand that the Mayor and Council have attended in the past, and we only got it this week, and it's next month, so that's why it's on this agenda instead of a work session agenda, so we have to make a decision. I understand that last year, Mayor, Council, and spouses had attended, and the amount is $600 for a table, and it's $65 per person. So I believe the intention is for us to attend because our kids get these scholarships as well, and so it's a good thing to do. The question is on the table about the fact that we only have $500 left in the Mayor and Council budget. So I would like to hear from the council in terms of whether you would like for us to put some additional funds in and continue it spouse, or that we only budget for the mayor and council.
Well, I opt out this time. I won't be attending.
You weren't planning on going?
No.
And
Okay.
just so happened my son is performing on that same day, so
Oh, you won't be able to
I
make
won't be
it?
able to make it.
Oh, so he's, okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
That leaves,
I guess that leaves whether the three of us go.
can go and represent the town.
Mm-hmm. But then the question on the table is, are we with spouse or without spouse?
Well, the budget, you were saying we only have,
I said, but,
$500 in the mayor and council budget.
and I'll, until June.
Yes.
June, well, July. So I just think the mayor and council, whichever one is available to go, definitely you should go, represent Colmar Manor.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so can I get a motion for, to pay for the mayor and council without spouse who can attend to go to the Black Mayor's dinner?
okay, I motion.
Okay, second? Okay,
I'll second it.
okay. All right, and then is there any further just discussion around anything about it?
No, and the
so-
funds coming out of the mayor and council, right? The funds coming out of the mayor and council.
I didn't understand what you said.
Yeah, she
The
said
funds.
the money is coming from the mayor. and
Oh,
council.
yes, and that would be normal, right, exactly. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, vote Ward 1, absent. Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
All right, Mayor votes aye. Move forward with that. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so for our committee reports, senior report, Mr. Muchler? She said it's on.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
I know you missed me last month, so I made sure you saw me this month. So far this year, we've only had about 3 meetings due to the bad weather. Last year, we had 32 members, and this year, we only got 21 signed up so far. We do have another meeting tomorrow and we meet the first and third Wednesday, and any senior is eligible to come and join us. That's it.
All right, well, thank you, appreciate it. Okay, Garden Club, Green Team, Carrie Briggs Adam.
Thank you, Mayor. Nope, I am still taller. I wanted to say we had a great day in the community garden on Saturday. We had the volunteers from the End Time Harvest Ministries come and help us, the kids and their parents. They worked hard. They put out an emergency call for extra drills when we needed them, and we got a large number of our boxes built and an area cleared out in the back of the garden where our beehive is going to go. So we are getting ready for our bees, who should arrive in a couple of weeks. The hive has to come, it has to be set and painted and cured, and then the bees can be put in it. So we got a lot of work done. We had a lot of help because of the grant that we are getting from Christian Melendez. And he's helping, and he brought some seedlings, and he's going to be giving workshops every other Saturday between Cottage City and Colmar Manor, and that calendar, those dates will be in the next newsletter. So he and I are working together to get those dates fixed so that we'll be able to advertise them to folks. We're looking at one of the 2 weekends that he's with us each month. We will have a class in the garden and talk about how to do things or how to grow things. And then the other weekend will be a work session, so that we can work on keeping up the garden and the work that it takes. Speaking of the work that it takes when we go outside, the fabulous, and it really was so fabulous that I wanted to go and roll around in it. This dirt was so beautiful. It was just so beautiful, and it was PG County leaf grow. And the reason it was so much nicer than what we got from Tacoma Park last year is because of the banning of the plastic bags. There were no bags in it. There was no debris in it. So that's really paying off in the composting process for the county. So because of that, remember, if you're going to put out those lawn cuttings or those branches or those things that you have to cut, they have to go in those big brown paper bags. We have them up here at the town hall, provided by the garden club. They cost 2 for $1. So we're not making any profit on them. We just want to make them available to people. You can get them at Costco, you can get them at Lowe's, you can get them at Home Depot, but we wanted to be sure that they were available to people right here in town. And so we'll keep reminding folks that that's what they need to put out. And if you see me driving around, there are always some in my trunk. So if you need me, flag me down and I'll pop you out some out of the trunk. As part of our work on Saturday, we went and we cleaned up the rain garden and pulled out the debris and the dirt and the things that are in there. And at the request of Rufus Lusk, we put in some plantings. So under the Colmar Manor sign, did you wonder what elf was out there planting flowers? Yes, that was me. I had a little time this Sunday afternoon. So I put in some flowers there. And we started the flowers in the planters throughout the shopping center.
All right.
So the first plants are in there and getting their start, and we'll keep those and add some as the spring sales go on. And activities that we're going to have, we have a plant swap scheduled. So circle Saturday the 9th of May. Now traditionally in Maryland, you know I'm not from here, so I have to learn these traditions. You don't plant your tomatoes before Mother's Day because the ground needs to be warm enough for those plants to go out. So on Mother's Day weekend, on that Saturday on the 9th, we're going to have a plant swap of whatever seedlings people have that they started. And I know that at my house there are 100 baby tomato plants waiting to be given away to people at the community garden and friends. So those are all heirloom varieties, all organic seeds, all organic plants. So we're asking everybody to plant organic, be careful with your seeds, be careful with your plants. There's been a lot of trouble where you go to the garden centers and you buy plants that you think are a beautiful plant, but they've been pre-treated with pesticides. And these nicosinides are very, very dangerous to the pollinators. And the reason they're important, 1 bite in every 3 bites of our food is pollinated by bees and other pollinators. So if those bees are under duress and under stress, which they are, we're going to run out of food. We're not going to have that food. So we need to take care of our bees. We are getting a town beehive that'll be in the back of the community garden. We're looking forward to that pesticide ordinance. Please don't use Roundup. If you're tempted to use Roundup and that stuff, that is a poison that you do not need. Be in touch with us, be in touch with Christian. We can tell you the things that will work. Did you know some vinegar in a spray bottle will take care of that weed, and it's not a pesticide that's going to go forever? So we've got those alternatives for you, and we really want to be sure that people are protecting our pollinators. Okay, we have such a beautiful environment here, we don't want to ruin it and poison it. So that's my garden club report, which would like me to put in my green team hat.
Yes, green team goes.
So this Saturday is our scavenger hunt, Know Your Port Towns, and we have fabulous prizes. So what do I need? I need contestants.
Yes.
I need people to come this weekend. It will take you less than 2 hours. You will learn some interesting things. Bostwick House is one of the stops on our scavenger hunt. We've got places in Colmar Manor, Cottage City, Edmonston, and Bladensburg. You will find some of the gems in our neighborhood, and you can win wonderful prizes. You go out, you take your card, so you need to check in here at the Colmar Manor Town Hall to start. We'll give you your game card, and then you go out and you collect pieces and stamps and other bits of information. You'll find our natural area that we have here within the town limits of Colmar Manor that a lot of people have never been to. The weather looks to be beautiful on Saturday, so we hope we're going to have a lot of families and a lot of folks come out and participate with us. Know Your Port Towns, because they are our port towns and there are wonderful resources here, and you can win incredible prizes. Council member Vivian Jackson, did you get me a fabulous prize from Colmar Manor?
Yes.
Why don't you tell us what it is?
Well, the prize is that whoever participates, you put your name in a drawing, and after everybody who participates, your name is in the drawing, we're going to draw a person's name out, and you get to rent this fabulous town hall for free in 2016.
So that's a free town hall rental in 2016.
Yeah. And we also have the second drawing. You get to do the multi-purpose room, which holds about 48 people.
So that'd be a fabulous opportunity for a family event or a meeting or a gathering, and that's a prize for getting to know your port towns this Saturday.
And Councilmember Jackson, you want to tell them the value of such a prize?
To rent this hall, I think it's like $1,300. So you get
$1,300. So that's a very valuable prize.
You can use it in the year of 2016. However, it does expire December 31, 2016.
So you have to get on the calendar and find the date.
You have to call Kayla to set up and see if that time is available. But you definitely can plan a birthday party, a wedding, whatever it needs for. A baby shower.
and I'm happy to say that the building is being used significantly like we used to. And right now, you might have to, for weekends, you may have to call in at least 7 months ahead of your event.
Yes, because
to get a good date.
So that'll be an opportunity for people to come up here and see this beautiful room and see this beautiful facility, and that's one of the things that we're hoping people will do as part of Know Your Port Towns.
Yes.
So that's this Saturday. It's all day. You can start here from 9 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. You got to be back by 5 o'clock because that's when we're doing the drawing.
Yeah. Corey, I just want to say one thing. It doesn't take all day to complete the task, but we're just relying on you in case you have to do some shopping in the morning, have to go take your kids to sports in the afternoon. You have a 2-hour window. Also, parents, I encourage you to bring your kids because this is definitely educational. It's fun.
It really is. It's going to be a lot of fun. You will learn things. I will bet that I can find some things about the port towns that Mr. Munchler doesn't know.
Oh.
That's how hard I investigated all
that. Challenge.
And they're going to be great prizes and great fun.
Awesome.
So we hope folks will come out and participate with us.
Awesome.
Okay, and that's part of our green team and our idea of the sustainable eco-district area to get to know our towns.
And thank you so much for putting us together. And, you know, Councilmember Blue has really had a ball working on this project.
Yes,
she really has.
Yes.
So, thank you.
fabulous. Thank you.
All
I have a
right,
question.
thanks so much.
You have to do it on the microphone, the people at home can't hear you.
I was just addressing my question to you. Is every meeting on Saturday?
For the
garden
garden club? They have been, but we talked about maybe some other days.
If you could change it over to Sunday, I can come because I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. And
And I have some folks who work on Saturday, so I've talked about maybe Saturday mornings and Sunday afternoons.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh.
That's correct.
That sounds
Yeah.
good, yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good,
Thank you
good,
very
wonderful.
much.
Yeah.
Mayor, before we move on, I'm sorry, April the 25th, we're doing the cleanup in Colmar Manor. It's part of the Earth Day. We have enough people, but we can always use more. Don't hesitate, come out to volunteer to help clean up your town. And then we also have the garage sale on the same day at the Burger King parking lot. So if you want to get a table, you have to call up the town hall, to Kayla, you have to fill out the forms and everything, and you set yourself up. But you have to bring your own table. And I think it's
Thank
from
you.
7 to 3. Did we say
7 to 3,
Yeah.
okay.
So we're cleaning up the town on April
Okay.
25th.
Sounds great. Sounds good. Get this spring started well. Thank you all so much. This is so exciting. So at this point, we'll ask for any citizens' comment. Anybody wants to come up and make a comment? Just give your name and the street you live on. Okay. Well, with that, I want to close out as I usually do. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
sorry about that.
Oh.
I left
Your hearing.
my hearing aids at home.
Gotcha.
For one reason, I got up this morning and I said, boy, it sure looks good outside. And I looked up, oh, it's raining. And I said, well, the flowers that I got planted for my porch and everything, and I just got my flags hanging and everything. So, went downstairs and there was a puddle by the bottom of my hot water heater. It says I ain't holding no more water for you. So today, me and my son, we went and got it, so I was working on that before I came up. Well, the reason I am here tonight, the town has a very, very serious problem. We got people that buys houses, started to renting out the basements and everything and all like that, and they don't allow no room for their people that they're renting it to park. They got other cars in their driveway. I showed Council Lady Ward 4 of a problem that we had 3 years ago. And my son-in-law and his brother came up to do some work for me. And I didn't tell them come up and I wasn't gonna pay them. They came up and said, I'm going to put your arm around, said, we don't charge family. So I put my money back in my pocket where it belongs. And I figured I could do it with the church or something else like that. Anyhow, Queen came by and he made a complete jackass, excuse my language, out of himself right in front of my house. People were standing there looking at him like, what in the heck is wrong with that guy? He yelled up at my son-in-law and he said, I could charge you $500 for every nail you done put in that roof. And I said, well, go ahead. I said, but I don't think after you write your ticket out that you're going to have a job. I said, there's nobody tore anything down and redone anything other than, well, the first people that I paid, I bought what they call tongue and groove plywood. I don't know if you ladies know what tongue and groove is, but anyhow, it has a groove on the bottom and it has a tongue that goes up into it. Well, these guys put it on the porch and the wind blew it off because they put butt to butt and tongue to tongue. And that don't work too good. I don't care how many nails you put into it. Well, anyhow, the problem that we're having is that at 4303 and 4304, we got people with cars in the driveway with no tags on it. I've already turned it over. I'm looking for now to get a letter from Queen that, hey, if you don't move this, you're gonna get fined. Because that's what he does. He works for those that's breaking the law and those who are here in town that are trying to keep their property up. He doesn't work for them. He wants to be nasty with them. So that's the problem we're having. As I said, I showed our council lady the rocks that's all in the backyard, piles of them, bricks downside my fence and everything. Got a steel beam that's been put there 3 years ago with construction stuff all over it and everything. I redone my whole fence except 8 feet. He's got so much junk at the end of that. So my next step was I was going to the county to have them to go over there and have him to remove it, or either whatever. But I said, well, that mayor started out a lot different from a lot of people. She didn't just go in there and say, well, we're gonna have trick-or-treating whether people like it or not. No, you brought people a letter and asked them to come up and vote on it. Well, unfortunately, there was a death in our family, so I didn't make the meeting. So I want you to know I apologize for not attending and everything. I thought it was an honest thing that you did and everything and all like that. As I said, it wasn't like, well, kids, what can they do? Well, kids can do a lot of things, but anyhow, I got a grandson who almost lost his right finger last Tuesday in a welding class. He got it caught in a high-speed grinder, and only thing he had was a leader that he can bend it like that, but he can't, when he bends it, he can't put it back up. Anyhow, thank God I got one grandson that's graduating this year. He's 17, and I tell you, I'm so proud of him and everything, all I got. And the youngest one, Jason's little boy, he went to church with us last Saturday, and you ought to seen him walking in the church. He was, man, just like the preacher. He was all there and everything. But I know that I shouldn't take up all of y'all's time, but I'm glad to see you again. I thought that you might forgot us down there on that end of town.
I haven't forgot you. No.
But this morning when I opened the curtain up and heard the trash truck, I seen the prettiest car in town. Colmar Manor Police. So anyhow, as I said, that seemed like me the first time I'd seen it for a long time, and it was a pretty sight to know that our police is back with us and everything. So congratulations on moving to a beautiful building, but we miss you.
All right, thank you.
And council ladies, I think y'all been doing a fine job.
Well, thank
Keep
thank
up
you
the
so
good
much.
work.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Mr.
Appreciate
Shotwell,
it.
just real quick, what is the address that you said the construction debris sitting at in the yard? I have the two addresses.
4304.
Okay, that's got vehicles with no tags and
4303.
43, okay, gotcha. Okay.
But anyhow,
Nice
it hurt me this past week to see the lady at 4307. She parked over here in her driveway. She had to walk the groceries from there out to the sidewalk, all the way over to the middle part of her property, up on the porch, and then to the house. The guy at 4304 parks his truck there every Friday and moves it every Wednesday. And according to town rules, he's supposed to move it every 48 hours. But if he would only get the car out of his driveway that's illegal, then he could park in his own driveway, and the lady, when she comes in, or a daughter, or a company, or something other come, she could pull up in front of her house, like Easter Sunday. She had company. And the car people, they parked somewhere around town, somewhere or another. I thought that was very unbecoming. I know that my son, he parked in front of my driveway one day, and I came in and I parked right across the street. There was an elderly lady. And so while I was going to get the keys to move it, she came and she was pulled up in her driveway. I said, wait a minute, Doc, ho, 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 ho. I said, I'm gonna move my truck. I said, I know that you need to park there, because I have respect for people and everything and all like that. I know that, yeah, that I'm getting older too.
Well, thank you so much for, giving us this information, because, we don't have a very large police department, and so when a resident informs us, it gives us a better opportunity to check out the situation, and we really, really, really do appreciate that.
Now, if I was gonna come out to my yard and I plant a tree, I sure wouldn't plant it that far away from your fence, because it grows. His limbs are 5 feet over my fence, over my garden, and shading it. So when he sees the job that I'm going to do to the side of his tree, he's not going to like it too good. But anyhow, thanks a lot, ladies.
Thank you.
And I hope to get back up and see y'all more often. And I'll see if I can get my hearing aid people to catch up on me a little bit. So thank y'all. And
Thank you.
have a wonderful week.
Thank you so much. Very much appreciate that. Very much.
Yes,
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, well, I want to say thank you to the council members for getting out with our welcome packages. We actually had a wonderful time putting them together. Staff didn't do it, we did it ourselves, and we are very excited about that, and then we'll keep it up. When new people come in the neighborhood, we'll take them their packages. And you're quite welcome. And we're real excited. And the bag is to encourage people to use reusable bags on a regular basis. I also want to remind everybody that we now have really nice exercise equipment downstairs. And for most of you that don't know, now we got these through the police, through donation centers, and membership in exercise clubs can be really expensive, $80 or $90 a month.
Yes.
And because you are a resident of the town of Colmar Manor, you now have access to this really nice equipment. So please take advantage. We want everybody to encourage everybody to exercise and try to get healthy moving forward. I also want to say that in terms of Know Your Port Towns, a lot of people don't know this, but I wasn't really involved in community matters that much when 15 years ago. I just went to work and took care of my kids. But it was a tour of the port towns by the Youth Council, which opened my eyes to some of the wonderful things that we have in the port towns, some incredible historic sites, as well as the trail systems and healthy living kind of things. So I do encourage everybody to please come out. I also want to ask everybody to remember the light trash cans are your recycle bins. Walking around the neighborhood sometime today, I definitely still see some people who are putting trash in their recycle bins. So those are your recycle bins. And so, as I usually end the meeting, first I want to ask the council have any additional things you'd like to add?
We do have a couple of green trash cans available. I'm not going to say that too loud because we're really trying to encourage people to recycle, but we do know some people have large families. But the green trash cans, everybody knows the ones that you have now, the town paid for, so it was free. So we have some extra ones, which they would be $50 if you need it. But we really try to encourage you to recycle.
Recycle. So ending the meeting, I really want to end on the same note I normally do. If you have any positive things that have happened in your life that you would love to share with everybody, to just say that the good stuff is the important stuff. Let me know. Okay, I'm going to start out with one. And then get you. Okay, so this is something, I forget where it came from this month, but I seen an article where a bald eagle was found nesting in the Arboretum. And this is an enormously big deal in terms of our river, because bald eagles do not like to be around dirty rivers. And a couple of years ago, we started to see bald eagles, but for them to actually nest amongst the river is huge, because they would not normally give birth to the river, and they, in their senses, are far better than ours in terms of what's the state of the river. And so I was super excited to hear about that. That means so much. That means we're actually going in the right direction, and if we keep doing the things that we're doing, it's just going to get better. So that was really exciting to hear.
That is exciting.
Yes. Go ahead, Ms. Briggs.
It's spring.
It's spring. That's exciting.
I'm not positive we're done with cold, but it's spring.
Yes.
It really is here.
It's something to be blessing. That's a blessing, right?
It is.
All
All
right.
right, Mayor, I have one thing.
Yes.
You know, our town is healthy eating, exercise, and wellness. Officer Sims has really been showing us some exercise. When she gets off, she changes her clothes and she goes around and shows us exercise. The mayor and council, we've been using the equipment, and we came with this idea. Actually, the mayor did. So she posted this challenger, which is downstairs in the room, and we check off every time we exercise and what we're doing. So you don't
Yes.
see it, yeah. So we're really trying to
Keep track of when
keep a
you're
track on what
actually
we're
getting
doing.
up and getting out.
So that's
and so
exciting
forth.
for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything else? All right. Well, thank you all so much for coming out. It's been a good meeting. And motion to adjourn?
A motion to adjourn.
So moved. Meeting is adjourned.